David, a great way to kick off pre-season with a win against a strong Bridlington side. What pleased you most about the performance today?
We got through it with no injuries. I think that's always the first objective with any pre-season game, to be fair, especially as you get closer and closer to the start of the season. So, that was good. I knew our fitness was where it needed to be at this point for the majority of them. There's always one or two waves and strays that are a little bit behind the others, but in general, they've worked really hard. They were generally a really, really good group of players to work with. I think this is the first year I've ever worked with the majority of the players from the season before. It's been really nice, to be fair, and the new players that have come in, the trialists and the players who agreed to sign on, they've all bought into everything we've asked of them. So, and not just that, they've added their own kind of take on the group as well. So they've added their own characteristics and influence on the group, both on whilst playing and kind of in the change rooms, as it were. So thus far it's been a good probably 2-3 weeks now. We've had 5 sessions. That's the first friendly. We've got that out of the way. I thought it was an enjoyable game for the neutrals and for both sets of supporters. It's a good surface to play on. Not for players like me, it was too good for me, but for players nowadays who like to get the ball down and play. I thought it was some good football in the main. So, yeah, at the end of that, we're in a good place and we can move forward.
And with 3 new signings and hoping to kick on this season, how important is it to start building on that chemistry this early on?
I think it's a bonus. I did say to them before the game, I said, look, last season our first game of the pre-season, we got beat 13-1, I think it was at Cleethorpes, so I didn't want that to happen again. So I think I want us to treat the pre-season games as serious as we can without putting too much pressure on it. I think there's got to be a balance, there's got to be a relaxed atmosphere, and that's got to come from the training sessions. I don't think I've raised my voice yet, which is probably unusual for myself, so it's been thoroughly good. My blood pressure hasn't been too high. Some of the players' heart rates have in running in the weather that we've had, but no, it's good. It's really advantageous to kind of gel as early as possible, definitely.
And you've mentioned the training sessions there, David. Did you see the signs on the things you've been working on in training starting to come through today?
Yeah, we haven't really done much structural work or anything, formation work or anything like that, for a couple of reasons. I did put an emphasis on the fitness being higher than it was last year. I think you could see that anyone who watched that thought we looked, as the halves progressed, both halves, we looked stronger as it went on, which was really pleasing. And the other kind of side of things was we've got the majority of the players here that we have had over the last 12 months. So again, we kind of know how we play anyway. So in terms of that type of thing, we haven't put too much work on it. Now we have 2 or 3 kind of games in close succession. So we'll be working as the games, kind of coaching will be done whilst the game's going on, and then we'll have a little bit of a break and we can work in the training sessions with some certain things, set pieces, kind of the new, even just things like the new rule, the new 8-second rule, how we can use that to advantage. So there'll be things to work on, but the kind of mid to long term running and things, we are where we should be. So the players will be happy to know that we won't be running on this rugby pitch much longer.
That's spot on, David. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
No problem. Thank
Cheers.
you.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.